Back to Action 2 News at 5. A former Oconto Falls high school teacher pleads not guilty to allegations that he had inappropriate sexual contact with 7 students.
60-year-old Gander taught English, ran the Performing Arts Center at Oconto Falls High School. He was fired after his arrest. Now, a criminal complaint says those incidents took place between March 2024 and December of 25. Gander admitting to massaging students but denied any sexual intent. He is also named in a separate federal civil rights lawsuit against the Oconto Falls School District and its board, which alleges a pattern of sexual misconduct by multiple employees. That case continues to expand with more plaintiffs and witnesses.